Global Series. Two completely different seasons, those for these two. They might not be within the top 16, but they were in the top 60 when they needed to be. Eisvogel, we know how good he was last year. He was, you know, named the Kingfisher. He was so good, wasn't he, in so many tournaments. You know, you look at one, he did make, I think he was pretty much a champion on the PlayStation side in Manchester last year. The playoffs as well, he was there. He knows all about the playoffs. The second time the playoffs have happened, he's been involved. Shellzz, though, if you don't know Shellzz, he knows Berlin very well indeed. 2017, just over 2 years ago, he was the man to be in that final against Rocky, in which he still did pick up $80,000, but he did lose that. He was the PlayStation champion there. This season, he's been up and down. He obviously represents Manchester City now. They picked him up, and he could not play in the Premier League, Richard, but he still was at tournaments this year.
Do you know what it is with Shellzz? It was everything probably up to January was less said about the better. As soon as after the patch came in, the back-to-goal finesses were heavily nerfed. He sort of came into his own a lot. That big performance in February at the Club World Cup alongside #Ryan under Manchester City, a big building block for him. And then you go on to the FUT Champions Cup 6, losing out to Maestro on penalties. Another fantastic performance there. That were the points that really boosted him up into a position where he's in contention for the playoffs.
Definitely in with a shout. Just has to get past day one first. That will be the task for all of these 64 players. Of course, only 32 can do so. 4 wins is that number that will take you through to day 2 of the competition, which, you know, will be round of 32 and round of 16 matchups. And then who can get into Championship Sunday, the all-important day, where the money is, and those Global Series ranking points, which for some players could secure a spot at the FIFA E World Cup, the biggest tournament of the year, where everybody wants to be at.
Both of these two players, grand finalists in previous years in their own right. Shellzz, FIFA 17 in London. Eisvogel, who were there at the O2 last year.
Speaking of Eisvogel, tried to just dink that one into the ongoing run of Eusebio. It was Danny the Costa at right back, which, if you did watch last weekend's tournament in Hamburg, you would have seen some of the changes some players use. We saw Cancelo coming at right back, or even CDM if you #Harry.
And for Eisvogel, across that back four, it's going to be Ruud Gullit in at left back, Luka Modric and Patrick Vieira as a 2DM formation.
And of course, you can't look past the man that's been nicknamed King Kai Havertz. Starter for some players, a super sub for a number of others. He's been so deadly in these last few tournaments. Punched away there by Van der Sar. That's the first warning sign from Shellzz. He will get another attack now. Speaking of that man, Havertz, Cricketta into the shot, took a wicked deflection, and out for a corner again.
Important to point out as well, Shellzz has been in Germany for quite a long time now. He was here with Kurt, coaching him last weekend in Berlin. Been on that exact stage as a coach. Now he's up there as a player.
Another chance for him, he will let rip. And he'll smash it into the back of the net to get us underway here in the PlayStation 4 playoffs. The first goal of the stream, the first goal of the day. And what a cracker it was.
It's been building. A couple of corners back-to-back there from Shellzz in the opening 15 minutes. That Cricketta inside the box from Havertz just laid it off to the on-running run of Neymar. Team of the season, Neymar, to point out as well. Much better than his team of the year. Variation. High past the goalkeeper, and Shellzz with a deserved 1-0 lead, I should say, in the opening stages.
And if there was one way to settle the nerves, scoring a goal, it's definitely one way to do so. Said it perfectly, Richard. A few times he's used that Cricketta into a shot. And it's worked really well for him. Chance for Eisvogel, now back to goal, defended really well. Neymar on Neymar, in fact. I actually saw a few of Shellzz practice games yesterday. You saw FUTWIZ Tom giving him a lot of respect on social media. They had a few practice games against each other, and the last one I saw was actually a 3-0 win to FUTWIZ Tom. Obviously, that was yesterday. The practice day, it's a lot more relaxed.
I feel like the practice games, we really shouldn't look into them that much in terms of the results and how players are playing. It's a completely different atmosphere. As soon as that stream turns on and the lights go up, it's just a different sort of game that you have to play.
The ball roll now. This is Shellzz again on the edge of the box. Look for the cricketer with R9. Does get intercepted and a chance to break forward now. This time for Mbappe. We spoke about Shellzz this season. The E-Club World Cup comes to mind. He represented Manchester City alongside Ryan, who was on loan. And they actually played really well together.
Yeah, they did. You're not only playing FIFA, you're playing the nerves, you're playing the excitement, the butterflies in the stomach. All those emotions you have to try and manage as well as playing the opponent in front of you. It's a very interesting mix that players have to deal with. But some players crumble under that pressure and some players really relish it. And you see an even better end product from them on the pitch.
As I was saying earlier, it was just over 2 years ago where Shellzz really went from zero to hero in Berlin. The place where we are now for these playoffs. Came out of nowhere and was a huge, huge start in those FUT Championship finals. Won his PlayStation side of the tournament. Was actually winning a penalty shootout against Timox, who was at this tournament as well. Eisvogel just really struggling to break down this back line of Shellzz. Ruud Gullit being one of those anchors in that CDM role. So used to expect him from the Dutchman. Approaching the first half here, 1-0. Could it be 2? Heavy touch from R9.
Yeah, not a great touch really from Ronaldo there as it went into his feet.
Good enough from Eisvogel.
Really, he's trying to force it through gaps that just aren't there at the minute. Gullit again intercepting the ball and Shellzz coming straight back at him.
Can he deal with the pressure this time? Scoop cross into the box. Ronaldo's there at the back post. And Ramos is very fortunate there because he was no way near in a position to challenge Ronaldo in the air. He already leapt up above the rest, tried to flick it on there. Havertz too slow on the ball, R9. There's a huge chance to break forward now for Eisvogel. He's made that run with Mbappe. It's too slow to play the ball though. Modric into Neymar. Back to Luka Modric again now. Who will take the shot? Mbappe played it across goal. Could it be an own goal off the line? From Danny Da Costa. Eisvogel just saying, yes, I'm still in this game. Can he play the one more? Eusebio surely finishing this one. Oh, it's just too easy. It's too easy with the shot.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that shot actually was there as well. He hit it with his side foot, did Eusebio. That's got to be low driven across the goalkeeper into the near post. He's not timed anything yet, either has Eisvogel. But he's building into this game as half-time is looming in the first leg here.
There's 2 warning shots as well to Shellzz. Crosses this one over. Headed away by Rafael Varane. The pressure still not dealt with though from Shellzz. Eisvogel will come forward again. Just tries to drag back it. And unfortunately, drag backs into Luka Modric into half-time. 1-0 the score to Shellzz. It's been an end-to-end first half of FIFA.
Yeah, it really has. We thought in the opening 15-20 minutes that Shellzz were going to take control of this game, but really Eisvogel answering back. Not with a goal, but just the play itself, the emphatic play. Slight possession edge to Eisvogel after the first half. He's in a 4-2-3-1 in Shellzz, and it looks like Eisvogel with his favourite formation, the 4-2-2-2. Offering that extra man up top, giving away a body in the attacking midfield aspect. But to be able to play with 2 strikers, you can sort of link up play really nicely, bring other players into the game. Can be a positive if you are comfortable playing in that particular formation.
Just looking around our main stage area now, obviously the big matchup you're looking at it now on your screen in this cube area where the big final will be played on Sunday as well. $75,000 to whoever can win the tournament here.
And you see this here from Shellzz and Lyrics, a big conversation happening here. It seems Lyrics in the last couple of months has certainly gone into that coaching role and relished it. Alongside Nightwatch previously into the E-Champions League qualifiers and to the final in Madrid, and then also sticking at the playoffs with Nightwatch now helping out Shellzz.
He did actually get Nightwatch through to the knockouts last weekend in Hamburg, but once again matched up against F2 Tex and just could not deal with him. Eisvogel now, straight from the word go. On the rebound, surely. It did fall very kindly to Neymar. But Eisvogel was certainly not going to be missing that chance. Timed it green, smashed into the back of the net. The game is all square at 1-1.
Yeah, from the kickoff, Eisvogel direct, straight at Shellzz through the heart of the defence. You see the little rebound goes his way there, off Van Dijk, into Neymar, left-footed strike, in off the post.
And just like that, we are all square at 1-1. Not even 5 minutes into the restart of this second half. Remember, as we always say, all 64 players underway currently in round 1 of Swiss. On the main stage area, you've got an all-Spanish matchup. Gravesen against JRA Line, and then just behind us to our right, Richard, we've got Hasu against Timox. So many big matchups happening here in Berlin.
All Spanish matchup, all German matchup. And 2 PS4 champions, really, in their own right, matching up here. First game of the day.
Havertz there, so close to getting that shot on target. Everything was perfect with the shot. Just unfortunately wasn't on target. Neymar up against Ramos. Ramos just teasing to come out and try and press that ball. Hullet, he's lost where his positioning was originally. Van der Sar had to come out, 2 hands to punch that one away for Shellzz. Fantastic start to this second half for Eisvogel. Hullet into Ronaldo.
Varane winning it on that occasion there. You just saw the battle. It's a very physical game into this one. I feel a lot of 50-50s going either player's way. No one's really, you'd say, had the look in the game so far.
Another chance now for Shellzz. He looked for that run to Hullet on the volley once again. Fantastic bit of goalkeeper movement there from Eisvogel just to match up the shot. We've seen how good Edwin van der Sar can honestly be in these tournaments. Just think back to the winner last weekend of Tom Stokes in Hamburg. How good was Edwin van der Sar there, the Dutchman, the icon in the game.
Running the game, really, because Tech should have been 2-3-0 up in that first leg, but van der Sar come out with some extraordinary saves to keep the game very, very even and level going into the second leg.
Neymar back to Modric. Neymar once again. Scoop turn away from Patrick Vieira. Doesn't just get away though. Vieira play the one more, doesn't need it. And once again, speaking of the man, Van der Sar just about getting something on that to give it away for a corner. Corner played straight and headed away on the edge to Rafa Varane. Chipped up to Mbappe.
Another corner.
It's non-stop pressure.
Everyone's going to be going out buying Edwin van der Sar after these playoffs. Honestly, he's been so clutch for so many players.
Chance to break away. Lovely through ball into Kai Havertz. Can he get round him? A few accelerated fake shots into a ball roll as well. Varane not able to do enough there to clear that one away. Shellzz still added on the pressure now. His first real chance in this second half. The 2 CDMs linking up as always. Back to goal. Could he get one? Nearly a fortunate little bounce there into the path for Vieira. It would have been very fortunate to be through on goal. He's in the numbers forward for Eisvogel now. Eisvogel looking really promising. You saw your saviour every single time on that left-hand side, just trying to get past the right back.
Massive interception there from Sergio Ramos. If he's not in the way and cleaning up the danger, he's pretty much in on goal there, is Eisvogel. He's definitely building into the game, just as I say that. A wry-driven pass from the German.
Patrick Vieira happy to make that run through as well. He'll hold up nicely. Interchanges with Danny Da Costa, who's been the man of the hour when it comes to right back, or even left back. We've seen some players put him over to left-hand side of the defence just so they can use Dumfries in at right back.
Yeah, and Dumfries not really getting to show what he can do in this matchup.
Just felt like Eisvogel needed a goal to settle himself into this matchup. And ever since he got it, 5 minutes into the second half, he has looked really promising. Shellzz now. Cristiano Ronaldo, will he look to try and get to the edge of the box, work that finesse? We know he's so good at it, he'll win a free kick anyway.
I think him dinking that sort of slow down the attack a little bit. I think he could play that on the floor. Maybe a threaded through ball, maybe just a normal through ball. Certainly gives him the option to be able to change it up.
What can he do from this free kick? In a fantastic position, just 8 minutes left, and it's Eisvogel that was making 1 or 2 changes.
Yeah, it looks like 99 Messi will be coming on for Eisvogel alongside R9 up top.
Shellzz hit this directly, 22 yards away. Never really see
Van der Sar's corner.
A pro hit this, played short, a number of people run over it. Ruud Hulic's just got in the way there. You saw he wanted to play to Cristiano Ronaldo, and now he could be in trouble. Can Eisvogel find a gap in between that back line? Really well recovered there by Van Dijk.
It'd have been very, very disappointed if he'd have conceded that, because he got absolutely stitched up by the free kick. 3 men running over the ball, the 3 stooges getting in each other's way. Thankfully, winning it back was Shellzz.
Mbappe. A little elastico there. Didn't really do anything for him, though. We do still have a second leg to come, as always, in every single competitive matchup. We will be leaving this game all square at 1-1.
I think there's a winning goal in this.
Or has Eisvogel got one more chance in him? Yes, he has. Went with the left foot. The ball just bounced back to him. He was able to open up on that right foot of R9. Didn't need to time it, nothing like that. We know how good the Brazilian is in front of goal. And just smashed it past Edwin van der Sar.
Both goals that Eisvogel have scored taken big slice of luck. The first one, the deflection, bouncing into his path. The second one, Van Dijk just didn't win the ball cleanly enough. It sort of just bumbled around in the box a little bit. And when you bring in on a fresh R9 in the 83rd minute, he's going to be so quick off the mark, receptive to anything in the box.
2 minutes.
What a second half it's been from the German. Really impressive indeed. 30 seconds left. Eisvogel should be clear in this first leg. Ruud Hulic just to slow the game down even more. We'll get a yellow card, but that won't matter too much. Eisvogel will be leading 2-1 as we go into this second leg. But we know competitive FIFA, 1 goal means pretty much nothing. Referee.
It's going to be us done.
There we go. Leg 1 all over, and it really was a tale of 2 halves, cliche or not. Shellzz started so well with a nice Vogel. It just needed that goal. We just needed that 1 goal to get him going.
You saw towards the end of the first half, felt as though Eisvogel was slowly building into the match. He had that chance for Eusebio, he had the chance which got sort of deflected in the box, and then as soon as that second half started, as soon as he got the goal, I feel like Shellzz didn't really create anything in the final third, and Eisvogel taking a 2-1 lead going into that second leg. This game is still very much in the balance. An early goal can sway it either way, but what a game to get us kicked off here in Berlin.
Indeed, and we're going to have a look at the highlights now from that first leg. As we said, round 1 of Swiss here in Berlin. So many games taking place at the moment. And that was the opening goal. Just 15 minutes in from Neymar to get Shellzz underway. He looked so confident in the first 45 minutes. And going into the second leg, everything changed. It really did. Eisvogel came forward now of Modric. This was the chance that Danny da Costa nearly put into his own goal. And it was chance after chance after chance. This is what I was talking about in the second half. 60 minutes on the clock. This was after 1-1. The original reply just 49 minutes in.
You see Vieira there knocking it into CR7. Great save from Van der Sar. This was the winning goal from Eisvogel. CR7 looking for that driven pass straight through the middle of the defence. Van Dijk just got a little bit on it, but not enough. Blocked it straight back into R9, into the top left corner. And that is how the first leg did wrap up.
Yeah, most definitely indeed. You saw how disappointing Shellzz was as well, because as you said, 2 of the goals he did get quite fortunate. The second goal, it could have went through the legs of Van Dijk. He made the original block, and the chance was there just to slot it in for a fresh R9, who of course was ready to smash it into the back of the net. Some other results, Richard, from around
Let
the
me
other
know.
games. There's been an 11-goal thriller. We don't know if that's a full-time result in the first leg yet, but Lost in the Waves, the German player, with a fantastic
He loves a
tournament
goal.
in January back in Bucharest, up against Dulster, the MLS champion there, the man who won everything when it comes to American FIFA esports. 11 goals in that first leg.
Yeah, and the FIFA 19 Global Series PS4 playoffs are brought to you in part by Turtle Beach. Be sure to follow at Turtle Beach on Twitter and stay tuned for a unique hashtag that you can tweet, and you might be able to win an Elite Pro 2 headset.
Not bad at all. Make sure you stick around and look out for that hashtag. All the players here using the Turtle Beach Elite Pro. It's been the headset of the whole FIFA 19 Global Series. Back into this second leg. Eisvogel from left to right. In the away Schalke strip. He represents the Bundesliga club alongside Tim Latka and Ideals. Tim Latka last weekend started the day well in Swiss. Fortunately, though, didn't end the day well.
Yeah, it weren't a great day for Tim Latka last weekend.
Only one goal in front for Eisvogel. Speaking about some of those other matchups, Footwiz Marco against Carl Lees. I'm sure you know Carl Lees, Manchester United EPL PlayStation winner there. Chance early on. Just an easy result. That's 1-1 there. Hasu against Timox, the all-German game, 2-1. Marcuso, Immortal, the Turkish player, 1-1. Ajax Tor leading 4-1 against Marv. And then Aggie against Jazz, 4-2 at this moment.
Seems like the first legs really hotting up.
It's a tough one first leg, isn't it? You always feel really nervous building up to this tournament, especially if you've had a month off before coming into these Berlin PlayStation 4 playoffs. Oh, Dink there, couldn't really get the ball out of his feet from Shellzz.
Well, a lot of players, if you're not competing in Madrid, it's more than a month. It's probably 6-8 weeks before the last sort of event that you'd have participated in.
This is more promising from Shellzz. Lacroqueta, accelerated fake shot, not one or two. Ball roll all the way across. He looked for R9. He was just hiding behind Van Dijk. Easily cleared away. Just see the pressure though from Shellzz. Wins the ball back, this time with Hullett.
Seems just a little bit rushed from Shellzz, I feel like, in the final third slightly. There's another chance here out wide with Havertz, a starter for Shellzz.
Obviously backs the man. Saw the idea there of Cristiano Ronaldo as well. Wanted to play that through the legs of Ramos, but as you said, was forced once again by Shellzz. Just take a few more seconds on the ball if he can. Really try and work those chances better. Different approach to the opening 20 minutes of this one from Eisvogel. Happy to keep the ball at the back. As you said, Ruud Hullett isn't at left back. He's happy to back the midfield icon in that position. Vieira, little dink into Neymar.
Yeah, and then you're using Modric and Vieira as your two DM partnership. Vieira definitely the more defensive of the two. Modric, that creative aspect that you have in the midfield, can drive the ball forward.
Well, he did really well just to stay onside there. Cristiano Ronaldo. This is still a chance for Shellzz. Neymar. Roulette away from his man. Back to R9. And straight into the Croatian midfielder. It's bounced straight back to Shellzz again. He will get a chance of Ronaldo!
Wasn't timed from Shellzz, but just whiskers past that top left corner. Interesting that Eisvogel not deciding to use R9 from the get-go and bring him on as a sub. The one really negative, you'd say, if it is a negative with R9, would be the stamina in the 80s. So it makes sense to bring him on off the bench, but he's so good, the 97 moments R9, so good, that you're missing out potentially with 75 minutes where he could get you a hat-trick. So it's that catch-22 that you have to take.
Well, he's not a starter for a reason. Everyone has their own personal preference with their FIFA Ultimate teams. Lovely pass, one more. Havertz turns inside, tried to get the shot away. Made Van der Sar work again, and another dive, someone to that back post. It's just going to be tapped into the back of the net. Luckily enough, there was a defender there for Eisvogel. His real first chance to come forward. Good intentions from Shellzz once again. You can just see Eisvogel controlling that back line. It's been coming.
Great finish from R9. They didn't know if we were going to recycle it one more over to the far side. Instead, the snapshot on that left boot. He could have played it one more out wide to Havertz. He maybe isolated Hullet out wide, but didn't need to. Just whipped it past Van der Sar. Early shot.
You could just hear Shellzz there as well. Just hyping himself up. Certainly been coming, that goal for him. Started this match off the bearer of the two. Just one or two times he forced the ball through, was waiting for the perfect opportunity. That chance came to R9. And he certainly was not going to be missing. From about 30 yards out. He can go on his left, he can go on his right. You know how good this prime moment icon can really be. Eisvogel now. Really well done by Shellzz. Patient defending.
Shellzz is such a confidence player. If he can feel like the game's going his way and he feels like he's in a good position, he's confident, he's feeling positive about his FIFA playing, there's honestly not a lot of PlayStation players that can beat him. There's not a lot of FIFA players in general that can beat him. It's just getting that mindset correct, getting that right energy level.
And we saw that for a huge amount of the E-Club World Cup. We saw him play really well there. We saw it at FUT Champions Cup number 6 as well. As you said, Richard, the semi-final exit against Maestro. Played really well in that tournament back in April. Scoot turn from Neymar. Seen penalties given for that when a player just kind of body checks the man.
2 minutes of added time.
Added time of 2 minutes. All square at 2-2. Can Shellzz snatch a goal, or if not, one more chance? Havertz is just onside. Neymar was through as well, just slightly too heavy.
Didn't recept to it, did he, the goalkeeper there? It went all the way across the box. Seemed like nobody wanted to take control of the situation there. Both players were talking to their respective coaches now. With 45 minutes left to play in this first round matchup.
If you're wondering why Shellzz is wearing that Manchester City jacket, he does represent the club as a professional FIFA player alongside Dito, the German. And could not do enough to get to these playoffs.
Looking to join his City group teammates, you'd say, at London for the grand final. Marcus Gomes already confirmed his spot prior to the playoffs, and New York City Chris, with that E-Champions League victory, secured the deal for the O2 back in May.
What will Lyrics be saying at the halfway point there? It's been a really promising first half. Again, I'm sure it's something along the lines of, that's twice now you've been fantastic in the first half. You just simply cannot let it slip. In the last 45 minutes now, Eisvogel can respond straight from the word go in the second half. He did it in the last match. Just don't let it happen again. 45 minutes left in this one. First round of Swiss here in Berlin. The PlayStation 4 playoffs. 64 players all involved in day number 1 of the competition, all searching for that magic number 4. 4 wins to send you into the knockout stages. 2-2 the score here. 27th against 38th in those Global Series rankings. Two players with very different seasons as well. But it's
like
all about this weekend.
Eisvogel's been to quite a few events, but he's not played very well at those. Maybe gone out in Swiss, the first knockout stage. Whereas on the other hand, for Shellzz, he's only been to 2 events, 2 free events at most. But the events that he's played in, final at the Man City EPL qualifier. Performed extremely well at the Gfinity Foot Champs Cup 6. And then the Club World Cup exceeded expectations with Ryan for Manchester City.
Speaking of a player that's been at so many events this year, Webb Nadri, 24th in the rankings. He's involved in this tournament. A few times just got Swiss, needed a better performance there. Shellzz, what a chance that was. Didn't actually put a foot wrong there. It was just fantastic goalkeeping from Van der Sar. Corner played in R9 in the air, just wide. 2 warning signs again, fired. Now Eisvogel.
Very, very tetchy in this final 30 minutes right now.
R9. Short to Cristiano Ronaldo now. Croqueta once again into the shot, timed it yellow.
If that's green, that's a goal. Simple. If he greens that. 3-2 Shellzz with 30 minutes left to play.
Lofted through ball. Mbappe. The man just to lock onto that. Vieira to Vieira. Does fall back to Eisvogel's. R9, lovely little flick on. Neymar, face to go left. And turns back and actually goes the original way. Runs straight into those 2 CDMs though. We keep pointing them out. 4-2-2.
Is it going to be a quick one to the back post? He's tried it.
Look for it. The bounce is there as well. Ronaldo. On the second time of asking off the line from Van Dijk. Ronaldo again off the post.
Oh, wow.
Shellzz is asking, what more can I do?
How has that not gone in? Firstly, Van der Sar must have registered as a pass back because he weren't coming with his hands. He went up to try and beat Ronaldo in the air for a header. And then just cannoning off the post.
I'm asking questions of the original cross. Another day that falls kindly into a volley for a player. If he concedes now, he will feel he's been very against the run of play, that chance. Coming though for Shellzz, has to just keep that positive mindset. Eisvogel need to see more from the German. Has been outplayed in this second leg. He had such a good second half in the first leg. Shellzz again now. R9, which way is he going? The shot, he come in, he does go to ground. Referee says Rafael Varane won the ball. And just see the pressure from Shellzz. Eisvogel really struggling to build his way into this game. Just about keeps it in with Mbappe. 20 minutes left in this match. 2-2 the scoreline. Chance for Eisvogel. Drag back into Cristiano Ronaldo. Just overworked it once again.
Yeah, seemed like he were caught in 2 minds there. Didn't know if he wanted to come back inside and look for maybe a low driven across the goalkeeper, look for a rebound off of Van der Sar, look for another pass between CR7 and R9. That's what Modric offers you, that Vieira might not. Just driving into space, moving the ball from defensive midfield into the attacking third.
Modric. Back to R9 again. This is better from Eisvogel. Really patient play, triangles back and forth. Modric, can he spread the play? Plays inside to R9. There's the chance for Neymar.
Tell you what, that would have been a really, really impressive goal there from Eisvogel. Kept the ball in the corner, manipulated the space, the little space that he had. Forced a good save out of Van der Sar.
Can you get around the right side? Fake shot. R9, finesse! Oh, it's wide again.
Chance after chance after chance. Going begging right here. 4 Shellzz.
It looks like
Eisvogel into the subs,
a
making
little bit
changes.
frustrated there with R9. He's going to be subbed off for Eusebio. Fresh legs anyway, 8 minutes, and he's learned from what Eisvogel did last game when he brought on R9.
Yeah, subs are so impactful. You've got 8 minutes left on the clock. If you're bringing on prime moments Eusebio, arguably one of the best attacking players, if not top 3 attacking players in the entire game, and you're bringing on against fatigued, tired defenders, he'll run rampant.
Well, Messi has just been introduced in this game. Could it be a superstar? Oh, he is! The Argentine! The man you always want in those big match moments. Introduced once again, and it's the same story from Eisvogel. Late substitutions making a difference.
Substitutions are everything for Eisvogel right now. They just seem to rejuvenate him. Bring it on, Messi, bring it on. R9. Both of these players right now back into the bench. It's going to be a very attacking change here from Shellzz. 5 minutes left to go. 3 at the back. Certainly, you've got to think will be getting used for him. Eisvogel, I wouldn't be surprised to see a defensive midfielder brought on, somebody like a team of the season, Goretzka, to sit in that midfield. I think he brought on team of the Kante in that position to try and see out this final 5 minutes and make himself 1-0 in Swiss.
Something you didn't see on screen, an attacking change made by Shellzz. He's changed the game plan, ultra attacking. He will change into
3-4-2-1.
Needs a goal to send this into extra time. He's created so many chances and he'll certainly feel hard done by if he doesn't create something or at least one more chance. Neymar drops the shoulder, chips it up, and Mbappe's there. Is there a flick on? Unfortunately not. It was Cristiano Ronaldo waiting at the back post. Eisvogel, 3 minutes plus added time, and he'll be 1-0 in Swiss. You can see the numbers forward, the numbers committed forward by Shellzz. Can Eisvogel capitalise on this? Does win a corner.
The ideal position for the ball to be. We're a minute and a half left on the clock.
He gets the ball back, Shellzz. He'll get one more attack at it, one more chance to send it to extra time. Added time of just 2 minutes. Eisvogel's really to lose now. Just keep hold of the ball. And there'll be one win on the board for him. Teases out the left back of Varane. One more goal just to put the cherry on top of the cake. Messi, save, rebound, picked up by Van der Sar, and that will be full time in leg or round number 1 of Swiss.